We need to talk. We need to address anti-Semitism. We need to answer the question that many people fear asking: what to do with anti-Semitism? We just witnessed the hostage situation at the Beth Israel Synagogue in Colleyville, Texas. 4 people were being held hostage by a terrorist. Thankfully, they are all safe now. I was very surprised that the FBI said this event didn't have an anti-Semitic motive.
We do believe from our engagement with this subject that he was singularly focused on one issue and it was not specifically related to the Jewish community, but we're continuing to work to find motive.
This was a hate crime. A gunman takes Jews as hostages, holds them at a synagogue for 11 hours, threatens to kill them, and this is not anti-Semitic enough? What is anti-Semitic enough? Would murdering them be considered anti-Semitic? This is outrageous. So spilling Jewish blood is anti-Semitic, but threatening to kill Jews isn't? Jews in the diaspora live in fear. They got used to living like that. They got used to going to synagogues with airport-level security. They got used to going to Jewish schools that look like prisons with all the heavy security. When I visited a synagogue in Germany, I had to go through metal detectors with heavily armed police officers searching me before I could enter and pray. All I wanted to do is attend a synagogue and practice my faith. I get messages from Jews all over the world telling me that they are afraid to wear a kippah or anything that gives away their identity, their faith. This is what a Jewish woman wrote. Every time I walked into a synagogue, I eyed the exits. Every single time. I know which pews I can hide behind. I know where my family and friends are at all times. I know where to sit to get me out the doors the fastest. This is not normal. 55% of the religious hate crimes in the US were anti-Semitic in 2020. Mind you that Jews are only 2% of the US population. Anti-Semitism is rising and the attacks against Jews becoming more extreme and more violent. There is a fashionable trend of hating Israel without hating Jews, hating Zionism but loving Judaism. Well, let me break the news to you. You can't have Judaism without Zionism. You can't hate the one and only Jewish state in the world, Israel, and say that you love and support the Jewish people. Zionism means that we have the right to exist in our ancestral homeland. We have nowhere else to go. This is our one home. We shouldn't apologize for having Israel. Israel is the solution to the Holocaust and the Nazis. Today we can defend ourselves by ourselves. Our Jewish brothers and sisters were massacred, murdered in the gas chambers, and were forced to march until death. They were defenseless. Israel is the answer to that. Never apologize for having a home. We are not thieves. We are the owners. Jews should never again live in fear. Jews should never again hide their identity. We are not the ones that should be afraid. It is them, the anti-Semites, that choose blind hate over love. If you witness anti-Semitism, speak out. Don't be silent. Because the first instinct is to try to find a reasonable excuse to why this was normal or why the person didn't mean to. Don't listen to that. There is no excuse or normality in blind hate. It may start with the Jews, but it will never end there. Most of these anti-Semites know very little about who the Jewish people are and cling to myths or other lies. Therefore, education is vital. Education is important. We Jews are just like you. We want to go to work and get back home safely. We want to send our children to school and hug them when they come back home. We want to live normal lives, just like you.